Alrighty, welcome back to the ITRL Racing Network. Whenever you find folks watching this, it could be morning, it could be afternoon, it could be evening, it could be a Saturday, it could be right now, live. We're back for the ITRL Racing League Premier Series, Season number 10, Round number 7, from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, located in Las Vegas, Nevada. Pretty self-explanatory. For the All In 201 tonight. Looks like we got about 27 drivers coming out here tonight, as we are getting closer to determining the 16 drivers who are going to make our playoff field. And there is some guys here who are on the cut line, and I don't think they are here tonight. That's the wrong button. That's the right button, but we'll find out as we will go over our points, because this is kind of important. We will take a quick look at the points before we get into the breakdown here. So as you can see here, we're missing 5th in points, and that 5th in points is a race winner already once this season. The number 8 car, Storm Patterson, he's not here tonight. But Millet, Tucker, Wiles, and Hash are all here. Brian Clisters, Kevin West, Ray Rittenauer, and Brandon Pimtet are all here tonight. Those 10 guys are here. Millet, Tucker, and West, the guys who are here tonight, are currently locked into the playoffs. Guys, I would currently say right now might be safe would be our guys in 6th and 7th in points. They're sitting a pretty decent amount of points above the cut line. If I do recall checking that earlier today. That is right. Yeah, 6th in points. Kevin Hash, he's 97 above the cut line. Brian Clisters, sorry, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Wiles is third in points. But he, in the playoff standings, that's where I get my information here. Playoff standing, Wiles, he's currently 5th in points. He's 120 above the cut line, behind the 4 winners this year. Kevin Hash, 6th in points, 4th in points, in current points forms here. 97 above the cut line. And then Brian Clisters, who's in 7th in points, 6th in points, 88 above the cut line. I feel like those guys right now, sitting with 4 races counting tonight to go until the playoffs start, are sitting in pretty good spots. Now this is where it gets very, very interesting, this portion of the screen right here. Because again, we're not going to have 16 winners. We're not in real life NASCAR. We don't have enough races to get 16 winners here. So these guys here are going to be fighting for that last playoff spot. And you can see the last playoff spot is currently being held by the number 9 of Christopher Gale, up 6 points over the 67 in the 15 car. 15 has the tiebreaker in this situation, who are 6 points back. So tonight we're going to be focusing here from here on out throughout the rest of the regular season here. On your screen, there's going to be a little tab here. You know how we have those 4 boxes that go across for our scoring pylon? That 4th box, instead of rotating now, is going to be showing this battle from 15th through 19th. Can really show 5, can't really like rotate it and whatnot. So it'll have that there. So I feel like this is maybe the key spot here. I mean, Cherry's not out of the window quite yet. Drapeau, he's right there too. Those guys aren't out of the window of missing it on points. It's just that these 15, 16 spots are so close right now, and I can only show so much with this. So that will be something you guys will be seeing tonight and throughout the rest of the regular season. Yeah, we'll continue to look here. Again, Shiflett sitting back in 20th points, 20 behind the cut line, so he still has a chance to make it on points. And then if we go here, I think I went a page too far. Some of these guys are going to get into must-win situations, especially those guys who aren't showing up to races. 23rd in points. Eric Winkelspect, he hasn't really showed up most of the season. 25th is Matthew Kluserhus. 29th is Sam Green. These guys are starting to get into must-win situations. Same thing with Kevin Freeze. He has to point his way. Freeze has to point his way in. He can't do it via a win because of not making enough starts. And then we'll take a look at the rest of here. A bunch of guys, Kyle Weatherman and John Mustaine are here. Some other guys who scored points right here. But it does look like we have another addition to this, but it doesn't look like that showed up. So I might have to reload this. But again, we'll quickly show this real quick, what I'm talking about. As you can see, Millet's currently on the pole here with a couple seconds left in qualifying. that fourth box here on your screen will have the battle for 16th in points, because that is our cut line threshold. So gotta keep that in mind. Quickly, I'm going to reload your score bug for you. Get everything typed in real quick. I need to get typed in. And go over your starting lineup for tonight. All right, we got all of that. And we'll go over your starting lineup. Again, qualifying the poll. This is his fourth pole of the season. Will be the number 31 machine of Zach Miller. He's currently not on the racetrack. But second place, Dalton Tucker is. And I just realized I did not take care of this, but this will work. Dalton Tucker second, our most previous winner at Martinsville. Starting third tonight, number 88 machine will be Daniel Wiles. Fourth will be Ray Rittenauer. He's currently not on the track in the number 87 Lucky Dogs machine. Fifth, not on the track currently, the 3 stripper layer machine of Kevin Hash. Sixth, Eric Chapeau in the SFTV number 97 Chevrolet. Eric Chapeau. Seventh, Kevin Freeze, again, another one of those guys, the number 23, who has to point his way in, does not have enough starts in the season to win into the playoffs. Starting 8th tonight in the number 19 machine, new looks for him. That'll be Matthew Carabina. I can't really read what's on there because that is it's a new look for him tonight. Starting 9th tonight in the number 15 Smitty Supplies Inc. Toyota Camry will be Trust or not. And running out your top 10 in this psychedelic Angry Cats machine, number 89 of Matt Quick. 11th tonight will be number 67 in that Thank You Veterans Victory Fuel Throttle Punch number 67 machine of Caleb Reed. Starting 12th tonight will be the number 12 Ryan Blaney. I guess you can call this a patriotic body armor scheme that actually ran in real life back at the Coke 600. It'll be Zach Kreiser. 13th will be Ryan Rusi. He's in a Liberty Paintball Games patriotic scheme. He'll be starting 13th tonight. 14th tonight will be Chris Gale in the Cadillac. Number 9. Starting 15th tonight in the Iron Thunder Racing Network, number 25 machine will be Brandon Kluser. Who's starting 16th tonight will be Nathan Shiflett in his number 4 machine from Burnt Bacon Motorsports. Starting 17th tonight, another one of those SFTVs machines will be number 92 of Luke Carpino. 18th tonight will be that Trailer Park Dude on TikTok's number 01 of Kevin West. 19th, real life driver, multiple race winner here in the Iron Thunder Racing League will be Kyle Weatherman, number 17. Starting 20th tonight in that Flow Racing number 33 machine will be Josh Cully. 21st in that GRT Toyota Gazoo Racing number 45 machine, Toyota, Matt Cherry. 22nd in that Target machine will be number 81 of Ryan Muniz. 23rd, number 91 machine, that is Jeff Pete. 24th will be Roy Grande in the 18 machine. 25th will be Brandon Pamitat in the number 48. John Mustaine Jr. will be starting 26th in that Voodoo Graphic and Designs number 3 machine. Sorry, he is not on the grid. He will be starting 27th if he was out here. And Brian Wortman, number 74, will be your last start tonight. Whew. So it looks like we're going to have 26 guys attempt to start the race tonight. Doesn't mean, some of these guys who did sign up won't come in and race. They're just not on the grid right now. Also, pacing in the field tonight is Dylan Hale. We actually got this. I don't have, pull that off the screen. He is in the safety car, pace car, whatever you want to call it here. He's in that Chevrolet Corvette C6, I believe. C8R. He's our honorary pace car driver tonight. We got 134 laps. Stages are lap 30 and 70. These guys got 5 sets of tires, and the fuel window is approximately between 33 and 37 laps. Stage 1, you should be good on fuel. Stage 2 could be a little bit questionable, and for sure there's going to be a pit stop in the last stage. Also, we got 2 attempts at green-white checkered, and we have 3 guys who in the field tonight who have won at this racetrack before in the league, in Kevin Hash Sawyer, who's currently not on the grid, and Kevin Freeze. But it's Milton Tucker on the front row for this one tonight. As we will go and take a look at the starter stand, there is Barney the flagman with his paper-looking green flag in hand.
Green flag.
As the green flag is out, and we are racing here from Las Vegas. There was some 3-wide action there early on going into turn number 1 and 2, but that has settled down a little bit as we go back up towards the front here. As you can see here, Kevin Hash trying to defend that bottom lane here as Freeze was looking to attempt to take it 3-wide middle between him and Tucker, as that was a battle for third, as the top 2 were able to get single filed out here on the restart. Freeze is still going to try to see if he can stick that car middle 3 wide. Doesn't. Will stay behind the 03 machine, who's running a little bit higher here through 3 and 4. Again, the race is 134 laps long. And the thing about this track on this sim is there's a lot of on throttle time. These guys are not going to be barely off the throttle. So the main key for some of these guys tonight is going to try to keep that right rear tire on it. Because the further we go on in this race, especially in these runs, we might even see here in stage 1, corner of exit of 4 and 2 are going to be really tricky as you gas back up and try to get going. You might end up looping the machines around, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that happen a time or two tonight with these things. But Freeze is dropping back here as Ray Rittenauer is on to his outside here. Now this is a battle for 4th and 5th on the racetrack here. Trapose also in this battle. Caleb Breeze is in this battle. Tress and Otts on the backside of this battle here. As these guys are heating it up early on here tonight. And this is also one of those tracks you can use every single groove possible. Bottom lane should be the fastest groove most of the night. But again, every lane is possible to be used. As we're still watching side-by-side battle here between 4 cars. Rittenauer is going to have the advantage off of turn number 4. As we complete lap number 5. Taking a further back look here. See if anything's as cool as it is up front here. The battle for 13th. These 2 are going to be side-by-side. It looks like Caribbean is going to drop back a little bit. Even further back, you can see Shiflet and Yunez were side-by-side. They're coming off of 2. They're going to still be side-by-side going through 3. It's still Zach Millett out front here. Hash was able to prevail in that battle between his teammate Ray Rittenauer. Now it's going to leave that 23 and 87 side-by-side for 5th. As America Racing is 1, 2, 3 here on the racetrack. And they got some teammates and then affiliate teams here. 23 is not an official teammate of Sip and Shine, but he works well with them. You know, you can usually see these guys work together if we go to the super speedway like Talladega, Atlanta. These guys do also spend a lot of time practicing together, so I wouldn't be really surprised that these guys are working together. But again, on your screen here, you see that points paddle for 16th. Right now, it's a 1-point difference between Treston and Caleb Breeze. Breeze currently is ahead of Treston on the racetrack. Treston is currently sitting back here in the 10th position. Breeze is sitting in 8th. As Rittenauer still is just dropping like a rock here on this initial run. As we come to completion on lap number 8, leaving 22 to go in the first stage. Side by side, things are starting to spread out here. As behind Rusi here, it's about a second gap back to Carabina in 13th. And taking a little further look back here, you can see that Chris Gale was side by side with Muniz going into 3. It looks like Gale might have potentially given the spot here in the top to Muniz. Gale started tonight as the playoff cut line, but now he's currently sitting behind the cut line by 6 points. He had that 6-point advantage going in tonight. As Kreiser's now side by side with Pamitat here. And this is all back in the battle for 17th place. As Freeze is going to get wrecked here. Alright. You know, that was a great break. I mean, we had a lot of cautions over the last 2 races. I think we might have had 30-some cautions between those. But, we ain't afraid to go back to the blimp cam and take a look at the replay here and see what happened. As we're gonna have to go a little further back with this number 23 machine. We're actually gonna go way back here and see what happened. So I think he's probably gonna attempt to clear him. Oh, he's all over the back bumper. And that is a very, very interesting look here. Let's see how Freeze got there clean. It just doesn't look like Tucker turned in for the corner. That's very interesting, and things pile up behind here as they were trying to miss the wreck. That just honestly looked like Tucker potentially didn't turn in for the corner. That's very, very interesting. But the first caution of the night comes out here on lap number 11-10. It comes out on lap number 10. That's going to leave us here with coming to completion of 12. That's going to leave us with 18 to go here. We're probably going to restart with about 16 to go on the stage. Some guys do come down pit road. We see Jeff Peak, Zach Kreiser, Nathan Shiflett, Kevin Freeze involved in that last wreck, Roy Grande, Brian Wortman, and John Mustaine, who is 2 laps down. I think he might have towed it, but he's still in the server. All on pit road right now. So after tonight, there is going to be 3 races left in the regular season. We go to Dover next week, Chicago Road Course. I think that might potentially be the first race, or might be the last race on this current build. This car is going to get a major update, sounds like, with the Season 3 build, and then end the regular season at Darlington. So these guys got 2 races potentially here with the current setup we have with these cars. It sounds like we're getting updated tire model. And it looks like Millet is going to choose the outside lane here. What the GTPs have currently, the prototypes, we're going to get some sort of version of that. They're going to update the aero. They're going to update something with the drafting on this car. So we're going to see some updates roll in here that potentially can make these next, the remainder of the season interesting after we get this build done. I know lately when iRacing has been doing their builds, the builds have been happening on Wednesday. So we might be able to get away with the Chicago street race, street course here on this current version of these cars. But there is also that chance they might go ahead and be like, you know what? F it, we're going to have this build on that Tuesday. So it's going to be very, very interesting when we do go and race again in 2 weeks at for race number 9 of the season at Chicago Road Course to see what happens. But the iRacing.com pace car is out in front of the field here. He's going to make a hard left-hand turn down pit road. It's Millet on the outside, race leader. Inside Dalton Tucker. As we're going to come to completion of 13. Going to leave us with 16 to go, 17 to go in the stage. As we get ready to go to the non-existent Geico restart zone. As we are back racing, and Millet's getting a good jump. And that's going to give a lot of momentum to that 03 machine here on the outside lane here, as he was able to time that well. Tucker did not get a decent jump on that restart. But no one else in the outside lane got a good jump. There's a Drapeau behind him now. See if Hash can do anything with that top lane, as Millet was going to look low here to try to get the draft to Tucker. As Hash is actually should be clear here off of 2. Now he's going to look on the inside of Millet here. Millet no longer has his buffer with his teammates behind him. Hash is on the inside of him here, trying to see if he can take control of the race here. And I think Millet's going to still be side by side with him off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Millet's going to have more of a run here off the top. Going to have the advantage going into turn 3 here. As Hash is going to still stay on the low side. Really doesn't have anywhere to go with that 31 beside him. Hash will clear him down the front straightaway. And for the first time tonight, we have a new race leader in the 03 Stripper Glitter Machine of Kevin Hash. First time we'll see Millet in Dirty Air tonight. He's controlled this race so far. As we're halfway through stage number 1, as Tucker looked like he had some sort of a run here, was trying to see if he could potentially do something with it here. Now has Eric Drapeau all over the back bumper of his car, seeing what he can do here. As Drapeau is going to be on that right rear corner panel just barely, but not enough to do anything here off the corner exit. A little further back, Rees is right on the back bumper of the 25 machine. As Drapeau is having to deal with Wiles, the 88 machine here, for 4th. As they're going to still be side by side through turn number 3. Drapeau might be able to have the momentum off the top here, and it looks like he will. He'll get around the 88. So now America Racing's numbers here up front are starting to diminish. They're no longer in a 3-car tandem. It's a separation between them. As Drapeau gets over the back bump of the 21 machine, looks like he overdrove it a tiny bit here into 1 and 2. As here comes Brandon Klusser, who's had a deep starting spot in this race. He's moved up to 7th position now on the inside of Rittenauer for 6th. We just saw it there last time by. 97 was able to use that top to get clear. But it looked like Millet was really close here to Kevin Hash on the front straightaway. It looked like he was getting a push from the 21 machine, as Drapeau was taking a little bit of a peek there on the inside, but does nothing with it. Very, very interesting racing up front here. See if I can get a quick look at the weather. It's 80 degrees at track tempo 117. Very good information to know here. Coming to completion of lap 19. Leaving 11 to go in the stage here, as Millet's now going to try and see if he can do something on the top lane here. Middle of the groove. He's going to be side by side with Hash through 1 and 2. He's going to have all the help here as his 3 America Racing teammates are again right behind him. Ew, he was so gosh darn close to being clear here. Looks like Hash got a little bit tight here in the middle of the corner, trying to gas it back up to stay side by side with him. It's not going to work, as Tucker's now going to be side by side with him for 2nd. 20 complete, 10 to go on the stage, 1:14 to go in the race. As Brandon Klusser, who goes to the top side here, he's going to take that momentum he had with a run, get by Rittenauer, move him up to 6th. Rees is going to get slid in front of here by the 87 machine, as the 03 gets a little bit looser. Like I was saying, turn 4 is going to be a problem spot tonight. Once that right rear tire is cooked, it's going to be a problem. And Klusser now sets his eyes here on the 97 machine, who's setting his eyes on the 03 machine. It looks like he might have potentially used his stuff up a little bit here. As I like to mention something real quick here. The 12 machine of Chrysler pitted underneath that last caution. He ran the, according to my information here, the fastest lap of the race. And he's currently up to 10th. So tires do mean something here. And we did see this in our race a year ago here at Las Vegas. I know Quick and Cully, they pitted underneath the caution, got really late in stage 1. And those guys came down pit road took tires and they drove through the field, and they were actually able to gap the field as some guys were choosing to stay out. As he's going to look on the inside of the 17 machine, this is Weatherman. He's actually going to try to get on the inside of the 67 machine here, Reeves, who's currently your last spot in on the playoffs. We got 7 to go in the stage. Top 10 stage gets points. As Kreiser's trying to get all he can out of those goodies while he can. He's running about 0.2 of a second faster than most people in front of him here. The only guys who were quicker were the 90, as quick as him were the 97.25 here, 4th and 5th on the racetrack. 24 complete. 6 to go in the stage. As Kevin Hash is going to see if he can do anything on the inside here. Oh, the 25 machine doesn't look like it here, as here comes the 12. I'm telling you, this 12 car could potentially do something here. Here comes the 01. He's going to get so close to turning that 87 machine here. As he's really starting to push it. You can see that car starting to step out a tiny bit. Looked really, really loose there through 3 and 4 that last time. We could kind of see it do a little bit of like a crab walk there. Was able to corral it, keep it going, as he'll still take his eyes here on the inside of the 87 machine. 5 to go in the stage, 4.5 really here, as we come down the back straightaway. We'll see it again this time through 3 and 4. We'll see how that 01 machine looks. I mean, that machine is loose. And you can see here, he had to back out big time there to save that machine. That car was so damn close to spinning right there. 4 to go in the stage. Kreiser is 0.8 of a second off the leaders. Getting a 31.4, but he's dealing with this traffic of these guys who have stayed out underneath this last caution. I don't know who's in 15th in points. Muniz. Oh, there's a car in the wall back there. You can hear it. But it just looks like a car in the wall. That might have been 17 machine. Yeah, you can see here he's really, really slow. That might have been a hard hit. We'll take a quick glimpse back at it here. Potentially a broken toe link. Oh, he got hit. Oh, he just went through the grass. All right, so no one went through the wall. He just got hit by the 67 there who got loose off of turn 4. That makes a lot of sense here. 2 to go in the stage. Pit road should be closed for these guys. These guys should not have an opportunity to come down pit road. As here comes Daniel Wiles. And unfortunately, I think Kreiser's not going to have enough time here. He's about a second off other race leaders to do anything. Wiles on the inside of Tucker as we come to the white flag in stage number 1. We'll also like to mention something. Klusterhoos is right there too, being challenged by the 12 machine. White flag, 1 lap to go in the stage here. And it's Kreiser again. He pitted underneath that last caution. So he's been 18 laps on this set of tires. He's going to most certainly come pit again. He better come and pit again underneath the stage. But it's going to really net him well here. He's going to be able to get up to 4th in the stage. But unfortunately, that's where it's going to have to stop because he had a lot of cars to drive through. And stage number 1. In tonight's All In, 201 will go to the 31 machine of Millet. Tucker finishes 2nd. Wiles finishes 3rd. Kreiser finishes 4th. Klusterhoos 5th. Hash 6th. Drapos 7th. 8th, I believe, does go to Pamitat. 9th will go to Kevin West. And rounding out your top 10 will be 87 machine of Ray Rittenauer. As that was stage number 1 tonight. And we'll let these guys pit. And I'm quickly just going to update my points. That's a pretty exciting stage 1 here. Couple of interesting strategies there to talk about. I mean, that 12 machine did come down pit road underneath our first caution of the race. He took advantage of those tires and got up through the field. Decent chunk of the field too. And that could potentially be something some of these guys need to think about in stage 2. We'll let Millet pit, and we'll get a quick word with him underneath this caution. While I'm at it, make sure Discord is properly selected to what I needed here. Now, here's an interesting thing to think about here. So we're gonna go find that 12 machine of Kreiser. He's in a pretty interesting camp here. I would have potentially took 2 tires if I was him. 14A, 14. He looks like he is going to come out 4th. But a 2-tire call would not have been a bad choice for him. I mean, he has 18 laps on his set of tires, so I would have potentially have thought about taking 2 tires there. But pit stops are done, and for the time this season, we'll pull the 31 machine. That was Zach Millet into the booth and talk to him about his stage 1 win.
Hey, what's up, man?
You had a little bit of a challenge there in stage 1. Kevin Hash did get around you, but you made easy work of him there once it looked like his tires got worn off, and won the stage.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to burn through these tires, man. It's really sketchy. It's the temperature's gone down. It's 117 on track right now, but I mean, if you just push for like, sorry, just picking my lane there. Yeah, if you just send it for like 2 laps, you really feel it at the end of the run. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, it does. Is the name of the game for you most of this night be trying to preserve that right rear tire?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, from start to finish, it's just trying to save them. And Danny, he definitely did a better job. He was getting back to the gas in 1 and 2 way better, and Dalton was too. So it's see if we can do it again, but I don't know, man.
Well, will be something we'll keep an eye on here. But congratulations on winning stage number 1, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of stage 2.
Thanks, man. Hope so.
As that was the 31 machine of Zach Millet. And we'll go ahead and go over your lineup real quick. It's going to be Millet, Tucker on the front row. Row two is going to be Wiles and Kreiser. Row 3 is going to be the Brandons. We got Klusterhuis and Hamertat. Row 4 is going to be Hash and Drapeau. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be West and Rittenauer. So we're going to come to the completion of lap 33. So we're going to have about, doing some math real quick, 37 to go here in... Sorry, coming to completion of lap 34. We're going to have 36 to go in stage 2. Fuel window, I've given an approximate number here. 33 to 37 laps. That's an approximate window here. So, on paper, you should be good to go. As Tucker does not get a good jump here. Millet, again, does an amazing job here launching from the outside lane. And we'll get a great distance here. Almost 0.3 of a second here over Tucker as he's really struggling on the inside lane. Kreiser also didn't get going here. Still maintained 4th off of turn 2 here. Does get in the wall, make a tiny bit of contact there. Bounce off the wall with the 25 machine. As here comes the 48. He saw that 12 get into the wall here. His 48 is actually going to get real tight up the racetrack here. And it's almost 3 wide for a brief second as a lot of cars get into the wall off turn number 2. Kreiser's going to now fall back in the pack here. Doesn't have that tire advantage he had earlier, so he's gonna... I mean, it was a great effort there, a great call. I don't blame him, but he's just gonna potentially be falling back to where he was before that caution came out in stage 1 on this set of tires. Millet, Tucker, Wiles, your top 3. Klusterhuis and Hamertat 4th and 5th. And taking a look here. Battles now for 8th between the 12. Actually, it's going to be for 7th, as the 97 is also in this picture here. Your battle is essentially all right here on the racetrack. You can see it all right here. As here comes Kevin Freeze. I think he might have gotten enough damage finally fixed on that car. He's going to see if he can charge back to the front. He was involved in our first actual caution of the race tonight. And what looked to be, again, on what I saw here, the 21 just not turning into the corner. I don't know if he was expecting the 23 to run a little bit higher or whatnot, but again, what I saw there is the 21 just didn't turn into the corner. But again, that race car looks all pristine now, looks like a car he started this race with. And he's going to try to challenge to get back through the field here. Freeze was our most recent winner at this track. When we came here in season number 9, he did win this race. I believe it was a playoff race in the round of 8. He was able to get the job done and clinch a spot into the playoffs last year, winning. A little bit different track conditions. You did hear Millet talk about it, as Klitzerhuis was able to get ahead of Tucker there for a brief second going into 3. We'll see if he can use that high line to get momentum off of 4. And he will move that 25 machine up to second, as he'll now try to challenge that 31 machine for the race lead. I don't think Brandon right now is thinking about that right rear tire. Again, one of my keys to this race tonight is protecting that right rear tire. I mean, we heard the 31 talk about how the 88 and 21 were doing a much better job at it. So I'm wondering if he's just easing back a little bit. He's going to let the 25 potentially just drive away a little bit, so then he can save that right rear tire. But we do have a new race leader. I believe this is the third time tonight we have a new race leader. We might have other classified league changes here because 31 chose the outside lane. But Brian Klisters is our third leader of the race tonight. And again, taking a look here, I believe that's still somewhat accurate here in your bottom right-hand corner for the screen. Again, it's a 3-point difference between the 67 and 9 for that last playoff spot. Right now, neither one of those drivers are in the top 10. As Millet's going to get to the back bumper, the 25 this time. And he's still going to use the bottom lane here, which I mean, we're going so fast here. It's so minimum off throttle time. It's going to be later in the runs where we're going to see these guys have any sort of advantage. As you can see here, the 25 looked like he backed up a tiny bit of the corner here. Millet looked like he picked up the speed a little bit that last lap. A 31.04 to a 31.12. It's going to give him the opportunity to stick that nose to the inside of the 25 machine. I wonder if Brandon potentially used a little bit too much there early on here, and he might be paying the repercussions of it. Drapeau still side by side with the 88. This is the furthest back these guys have been tonight. Back in 6th, 5th. These two racing side by side. And Josh Cully, by the way, he just set, I believe, the fastest lap currently in the race with a 30.724 a couple laps ago. So Cully is starting to make a charge to the field here, as he has cracked the top 10. So Brandon Kluster, who's out front, was able to defend that 31 for a little bit here. Brandon Pamitat, I mean, these guys are doing a real great job. We've seen it where these America Racing teammate cars have been able to essentially control some of these races tonight because they're able to keep that top 3 position locked down. We saw that at Michigan earlier this year. Those 3 were able to really control. They were able to pull away, especially in a drafting-ish race. So seeing that these guys are going to have to deal with a little bit of adversity here right now, kind of being separated by a couple cars here, as Millet's going to really take a look at the inside here. Even though he was 700ths of a second slower, a 31.163 to a 31.170 last lap, and he's going to be damn near side by side with him here down the back straightaway, as Brandon's really running that middle groove. he's not the only one who's doing it. We see Cully a little bit further on back here. He's running that middle groove, and he was able to use that, I think, to get around the 97 machine. Is actually the 97 is going to rebound a little bit here. Has the 01 behind him. And this is a battle for 7th on the racetrack. Cully currently holds that position here, as Millet was able to get within a 10th there last lap on this lap here, the 25 machine. But still gonna have to sit there. It looks like Pamitat might have got a little bit tight there, as he has a 21 all over his back bumper. 47 laps complete. We're racing to lap 70 for the end of stage number 2. So doing math, that's 23 to go in the stage. This Pamitat, I think, was on the back bumper, the 31 down the back straightaway. They're giving him a little bit of a push. This 31 is actually going to be side by side here at corner exit. It looked like Pamitat might have gotten a push from the 21 that really upset his car, but he was able to keep control of that car there on corner exit. Here's the 31 side by side with the 25. I think Brandon might have used a little bit too much of his stuff up here. He did get some bonus points for leading a lap, which is huge. But might have decided to go a little bit too early. He was talking about how in practice he might have decent long run pace. It looks like he does get into the wall there. It's going to be side by side and coming to the line. I think Kluster, who still leads that lap. But I think seeing his opportunity there, looked like the 31 was just trying to save his stuff. Is we almost had a LePage moment there. Oh, that was very, 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 very close. Oh, as Pamitat gets in the wall off of 4. The thing with turn 4, you're either loose or you're plowing down that wall. And I'm wondering if Pamitat might be in the same situation as Kluser, who's used too much of his stuff up as there's 20 to go into stage. I'm really wondering if that might be the case for him, as I think Kluster is going to still lead that lap, as Millet might have an opportunity here going into 1 and 2 to take this spot over. He'll clear Brandon down the back straightaway. Now it's going to leave Dalton Tucker here on his inside. He's going to get a push from Pamitat into turn number 3. Very, very exciting racing up front here. Very exciting racing throughout most of the field here. As they're going to almost be damn near 3 wide down the front straightaway here on the completion of lap number 51. As we'll go look further back here, your battle for second. As a 21 will get by. And here comes the 88. Again, they had them separated. They had them separated. That separation's no longer there here. Oh, it looked like... Oh, that 88 looked like he was a little bit loose in our corner exit. That's going to give Brandon an opportunity to clear down. Potentially has an opportunity to run the bottom here, and I think he will. Essentially just fall on the tire tracks of that 21 machine. He's going to essentially just park the bus right in front of that 88. And try to defend and keep them separated as long as he can. As, by the way, I like to mention something here. Kevin Freeze has cracked the top 5. Freeze, involved in our first caution for accident tonight, he's made his way back up to the top 5. He is someone not to mess with here. He ran a 31.4 compared to a 31.6 to the race later. So he might have something to say before the end of the stage to Zach Milton Company. I just hope something doesn't go wrong like the last time he was able to kind of separate him. That's why I was going to get on the inside. Kluster, who's off the corner exit here. A couple cars getting into the wall. The 48's really in the wall here. That might be... Oh, he almost got destroyed by the 17. I think he's going to corral it. We'll watch a quick replay as things were starting to heat up. 88 was able to get around the 25. The caution's out. I believe that's for Pam. Oh, oh, shoot. All right. He is around. But we need to go really far back for this one. Because this all started right here. Watching 48 machine. I can't tell. Was he loose there? It looks like he got loose off a corner exit. It's going to plow the wall down here. All right. Now we'll go for the blimp for this part of it. Trying to corral the car. I mean, at this point, he's just trying to save the car. And I'm willing to bet if we had Twitter for that one, that would be a Twitter talking about why did you call us an intentional wreck. That's very, very interesting. Everyone's gonna come down pit road. This is really gonna put that 12 machine in a predicament here because he's already used a set of tires and he's gonna come down and take another set. So that is interesting. We're underneath our third caution, second one for instant tonight. 48 again. Had some moments there. Very interesting call here. What I really want to see someone get bold and take 2 tires here. Oh, Tucker had a great stop, and Tucker's going to beat that 31 out of pit road. Dalton Tucker, as long as he didn't get speeding there off of pit road, will be your race leader. Tucker, Millett, Wiles, your top 3. Kluster, Josh Cully comes out in 5th. Kevin Freeze, guy who was making his way to the front, is in 6th. Nunez, quiet night for him, up to 7th. Kevin West, quiet night, has made his way up to 8th. Drapeau in 9th. Now 10th. Some guys who've had some struggles here a little bit later. Carabiner had a decent starting spot. He's sitting back in 18th right now. Treston Ott, good qualifying spot, sitting back in 19th. Kevin Hash was involved kind of sort of with Pam Tat there underneath before the caution came out. He'll be in 22nd. That's going to be a huge hit for him here. Kreiser, I really like that stage 1 call. It just didn't really work out for him because they essentially just put him back to where he was before that call. And I mean, it's going to take something bold again for him to do that. And unfortunately here with 12 to go in the stage, that's not really going to happen at this moment in time. But Tucker has took the outside lane like his teammates before him. Let's see what he can do. As we'll have 59 completed in this race. We're racing until lap 70 in the stage. I would keep an eye out for this 23 machine. He has made his way through the field after being involved in that first caution. I think he will be someone to contend with here before this race is over. Hell, even before the stage is over. That's the guy, if I had a teleprompter, I'd be circling him right now. But the iRacing.com pace car will make his way down pit road, going into the no longer sponsored by Geico restart zone here as we're back racing. And I mean, it clearly shows the inside line is not the line to restart in here, as Millett's going to get a decent push from Wiles on that restart, and he's going to be able to clear Tucker for the race lead. Tucker looks like he's going to get a push here from that 25 machine down the back straightaway here. As here comes Freeze to the inside. Again, Freeze was someone who was making moves in the early part of the stage. Now he's getting into a situation where he was before, racing these 88 and this 21 machine. We'll be able to go to the bomb. The 21 was 3 wide for a brief second. As here comes the L1. The L1's also making some moves here. As things get really interesting on corner exit. As the L1 now has entered the conversation for this America Racing 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think they're going to have to deal with Kevin Freeze here in a moment of time, as it looks like Freeze is going to try to take it top 3, but that got defended by the 21 machine. I am willing to bet there is some bad blood between this 23 and this 21. I know for a fact there's got to be some bad blood between those two. Again, what we saw underneath that first caution was a very interesting ordeal. What I saw on my screen, what you guys all also saw, it looked like that 21 just didn't turn into the corner. And here goes Freeze. He's going to take a look at the inside of the 21, and he's going to almost be damn near 3 wide between the middle of him and the 88. Down the back straightaway, he's going to give a push to the 88 down the back straightaway. He's going to try to stick his nose in there. I think he thought better of it. It truly kind of looks right now. If you guys watched any racing over the weekend, the caution's out. It looks like Chris Gill is involved. He is currently going slow in his 9 machine. I don't believe this will be our stage caution, so we'll still have some race to go here in stage 2. Well, let's see what happens to the 9 machine. Oh, he's... Yeah, what are you doing? That's just a bad block. Gil wrecked himself. Let Cherry take the chance there on the apron. I mean, he's going to have the run on the corner. Just let him take it. Let him use that apron. Let him put himself in risk of potentially wrecking that car going over the apron. Now you're putting yourself in a very, very bad position because you now have a wrecked race car in a very tight points battle for that last 16th playoff spot. Yeah, that's just a bad block. Like I said, this should not be our stage caution. We should have time to go here in the stage. And before that caution came out, I was mentioning something here. What this kind of looked like there, what we saw there with the 2188 racing side by side. I don't know if any of you guys potentially watched Formula 1 from Monaco this weekend, but kind of, sort of. I'm not going to say it is because this is just straight out racing. These cars are so goddamn equal. I mean, it's kind of hard is to pass, but it kind of looks like that these guys were essentially pulling what some of these second cars were doing in that Formula 1 race of essentially just building a gap to mill it. I mean, we saw a fast car of Freeze. Freeze clearly has a fast 23 machine here tonight. And closer is we saw him great early run last time. So I mean, kind of from what I can see here, it kind of just looks like those two. I mean, Millet is a fast driver. Don't get me wrong about that. Millet is a great driver. He has speed, he has pace, he has all that. But it kind of looks like those two were just trying to play a little bit of a defense there. They're trying to widen the gap for Millet. And I'm willing to bet he's going to take the top. Willing to bet he's going to take the top. We're going to have about 3 to go on the stage. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Oh, he took the bottom. Okay. I mean, all the restarts we've seen tonight, that inside line has done Jack S. And that's just a bold call. By the way, Brian Rusi was also involved in that last caution. He was able to get that 50 machine back out on the racetrack. Probably has a decent amount of damage to that car. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some bent steering on it. Truly wouldn't be surprised about that. But Millet on the outside, Millet on the inside, Wiles on the outside. Tucker Kluster's Freeze West. Coley, I believe that's Drapeau, Carbonneau, Muniz, your top 10. I believe. I'm not sure. But we're going to come complete 67. We're going to start 68. That's going to leave 3 laps to go in the stage here. And I mean, it's 10 points and a playoff point. This is going to get interesting. Especially for that 23 car who has to point his way in if he wants to make the playoffs. That's going to be very interesting here. Is Millet does get that inside line working this time. We saw, I mean, he was truly in a disadvantage last time because he wasn't race leader. So we'll see that. But he's able to pull a little bit of a gap here on Wiles. And now it's going to potentially stack to... Oh, I told you there is bad blood, right? I'm willing to bet there is bad blood between that 21 and that 23. We saw it right there, corner exit. I mean, the 21, in my opinion, took out the 23. 01 goes in the wall there, and that's a pretty decent hit. I'm willing to bet that might have bent something there. Willing to bet he might have some wheel damage. Well, I guarantee you that's what the spy is saying. Blister's now defending here. Tucker side by side with the 21. But it looks like West is able to still go at decent speed. But that was a mighty fine hit here as we come to the white flag in stage number 1, 69 complete, on to 70. As Millet is really just defending here his race lead over that 88 machine. Slow car down the back straightaway is a 50. Hopefully he does not play a factor here in the stage end. But coming through 3 and 4, there's contact being made between the 0133 back there. It's going to be, I believe, Millet over Wiles. Timing and scoring is going to have Wiles as your race leader, but I think at the time crossing the line, it was 31.88. I think that was the case there. Klusterhuis, Freeze, Tucker, West, Coley, Carbonneau, Drapeau, Rittenauer, your top 10. But I think we need to... I don't know if I have a camera that can really see that, though. This is going to be the best one we have. But let's go back to the line there. I really think... I yeah, I'm going to give that to Millet. Millet is your stage 2 winner. That was close. That was really close. All right, I'm going to quickly get the stage points updated, and again, we'll go talk to your stage 2 winner. I've got to go all the way to the bottom of my points list here to Kevin Freeze. And then we'll go save this. And we go into this and upload a spreadsheet. File, export, browse. All right. And then we come back in here. All right, I just got a confirmation. Millet is your stage winner. That's what I saw. That's beautiful. So we'll pull him up here for the second time tonight. In the booth. And hear what he has to say about stage 2.
Hi.
You won stage 2.
Things are looking good. Things are looking good.
I think they are. I think they're looking great. I think they're looking wonderful for you right now. But here's something very interesting. It looks like a couple cars stayed out there. So you're gonna have to not have control here on this restart.
Yeah, it was a good strategy by those guys, since we had that late caution in
Yeah.
the stage. So yeah, props to them. It was a damn good idea. We'll see how new their tires are still. I bet you they're just as good. And yeah, I don't know. We still got a couple good stints we got to put together here. So I don't know. Both of these guys behind me are way better than me at saving tires. So we're gonna see.
I think we'll be having a very, very interesting there. Race to the end. I mean, we saw it there at the end of stage 2. You barely got Wiles there for the stage. So I think we're gonna have a very exciting finish.
Oh hell yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be something, man.
I think it will be. Well, congratulations on sweeping the stages, and we're probably gonna be talking to each other at the end of the race.
I hope so, man. We'll see.
We shall see. So we're getting ready to go back racing here. So we're gonna have, taking a look at the numbers here, 72 to go in the stage. Treston Ott and Jeff Pete are on the front row. So it's gonna be interesting here. They have 7 lap older tires, so it should be interesting to see what they can do here. As Pete does not actually get going, that really checks up the outside lane here. As the caution's out, that's bound to happen. It looked like the 33 is involved. So we got a limp, and we'll see what happens. And I truly believe I know what the cause of this. The 91 did not go. And that just caused this thing to check up. Unfortunately, Rittenauer, who scored stage points in both stages, got involved. Cully, who had a great stage 2, got involved. Drapeau, who was having an excellent night, also got involved. Cherry's going to make a little bit of contact there with Weatherman. And that's just, unfortunately, all stems from the 91 of Pete not going there on the restart. The control is being given to Treston Ott there in the restart zone. So Pete just did not go, did not time that right. I wonder if he potentially might have been in second gear. That might be something. No, he's in first gear, so it is a first gear start. It just was really, really delayed reaction by him. And unfortunately, that just checked everything up behind him, and calamity happened. I think Rittenauer got the worst end of it. He went nose first into the wall. So that might have some engine damage involved on an 87 machine. Coley, he could potentially be in a very, very interesting spot. And, I mean, Drapeau, I don't know how bad the hit was for Drapeau. We'll see on how much time it takes here on the restart. But, I mean, that really did screw a lot of our faster guys who were contending. Klusterhoos was in the outside lane. That got checked up. Dalton Tucker, he was in the outside lane. He lost a decent amount of spots. I mean, it does give a little bit of an advantage here for Freeze. He's going to be starting the outside lane here. Just very, very interesting in my book. That was a restart of all restarts. That's going to put us at 58 laps remaining, completing, coming to 57. Again, a pit stop is for sure needed in the stage. No one's going to save 58 laps of fuel. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you a quick look at your points here. Again, Storm Patterson's the one who's missing in 7th. But getting around this cut line. So 16th in points coming into the night. I believe that was, with 199 points, I believe that was Sawyer Ott. Yeah, so right now the cut line's Sawyer Ott. 13 points over Rees. So, he's going to get points. So this number is actually going to change. He's just not going to get points because he didn't start the race in terms of iRacing and ATVO. So he's going to get last place points. So he's going to probably gain 17 to 20 points. But right now he'd go from being, before the race, I think before the race he was like 9th in points, to now being the virtual cut line. And that's just how important it is sometimes to come out here and make these races, especially towards the end of the regular season. I mean, we've seen it. We've only had 3 winners on a year. So it's, oh, I think I'm missing one. We've had 4 winners on a year. So we're going to have a decent number of spots in on points. As the restart's back out here, we're back racing here from Las Vegas. Tresnot gets an amazing jump here. It freezes all over the back bumper, the 31 car here. As here goes Tresnot to the top, trying to defend the 31. That ain't going to work long for him here. As here comes the 31 to the inside of him through 1 and 2. He is still holding people up back there. Reese thought about potentially taking a look on the inside here. As the kind of the blockade we were talking about there at the end of stage 2 is no longer really there right now for Millet. As here comes Freeze, he's going to look the middle 3 wide for 2nd place. And here comes Kevin West. Freeze is going to get around Ott for sure. He's going to clear him. So damn close to getting to the wall. Was able to avoid the wall here. As Freeze is going to be all over the back bumper, the 31 machine, seeing if he can get a little bit loose. But it's the next gen car, so gosh, much downforce in these machines, so it's not going to really do much unless you hit him going into the corner. 80 complete, starting lap 81, 54 to go. This Freeze is going to get to the outside of Millet, down the back straightaway, side by side for the race lead. Freeze is getting a push from Treston, and that's able to clear Millet. And I feel like Freeze is the fastest car in this race. That's not, I can't argue that one. And the thing is, he's got to defend himself because America Racing is working as a team. For another time tonight, we have 3 of them bunched up. Tucker's still within the picture. Pete, he's in, I'm pretty sure Jeff Pete's in their Discord chat. So, like, these guys have numbers up here compared to the numbers they have not America Racing. They're not in that group. As Justin Ott's really doing a great job here maintaining up front here. He's still side by side with Freeze. I mean, 7 laps is the difference on tires. And I mean, we didn't really run much there towards the end of the stage. We ran 3 laps, so he should be good. He's going to take the race lead back from Freeze. And don't look now. Here comes the 67 machine of Caleb Rees. Reese is now going to try to take a look on the outside of the 23 machine. And so also, here comes Dalton Tucker. Tucker was a little bit further back, and he's made his way back up to 4th. As Reese will take a look at the inside of the 23 machine. Things we usually haven't talked about up front much this season. The 67, the 23, the 15. It's been dominated by usually just 4 drivers, and they're not these 3. I don't know what I just said there. I think I had a tiny bit of a stroke. Tucker gets around Freeze. That's going to give a decent advantage. Sorry, Tucker gets around Reese. Freeze is still challenging Tristan Ott for the race lead. Right now, Ott would be in a playoff spot 8 above the cut line. Actually, he would be in a VO win. The race were to end right now, he would be in VO win. As Dalton Tucker has found something. The track, no, that might be why. The track has cooled off substantially. It's now 108 degree track temp. So that's very, very interesting to see here. And that might be playing into the favor of the 21 machine. I mean, he's really picked it up here. By the way, the fastest lap of the race will go to the 23. He ran a 30.466. That gives him a... Sorry, no, it actually goes to 88. 88 ran a 30.453. I can see a point. Doesn't count towards the playoffs just because he had a point in the race. So here goes Freeze looking on the inside of the 15 machine. This is for the race lead. And damn near has him cleared. I think Freeze really wishes he can get that 15 in between him and the 21, like right there, to try to hold up Tucker. Because Tucker is coming. Tucker's car has found something and is just going. Oh, Freeze gets a tiny bit loose, but is able to keep it going straight here. He's now going to have Tristan on his inside, going back into turns 1 and 2. This guy's running a little bit higher than they normally have been running here. Freeze on the top is going to be able to get the run as the 15 gets really loose here on corner exit. I think his stuff might be gone. That right rear might be gone. And now that's going to put these two, who again may have a little bit of bad blood in them. I'm gonna think that are quoting Taylor Swift. I don't want to give you guys that ick. So 89 complete, 45 to go. And I mean, taking just a look real quick here at intervals and times. I mean, our next closest battle is back in 18th place. So we'll keep it up here as Tucker goes to the outside here. Has the advantage through 3 and 4. Reese gets into the wall. That might be an okay touch for the wall, as Dalton Tucker will take the race lead. Tucker's trying to go back to back. Was our winner 2 weeks ago at Martinsville. Has the race lead back here as 90 laps are complete. Now the question of the day is, when do these guys make their final pit stop? Again, the approximate fuel window knowledge I have is 33 to 37 laps. So, do you want to pit early in that, or do you want to pit as late as you can? Taking a look here right now, these guys have been on track, coming to complete 19. They're going to complete 20 this time by. So, given this number, let's say they run it to empty here. Now put them, I don't know, 28 laps to go. And then it's just a straight run here on until the end. But by the way, Freeze hasn't gone anywhere. Freeze is still over the back bumper of that 21 machine. And I really want to give a shout out to the 67 of Reese. Made that charge here to the front, and he's been able to still stay within a couple tenths of these two. He has shown speed throughout the season. really just gets some of the bad luck. I mean, I think it was what, 2 weeks ago in Martinsville, he was running top 10 and then got involved in one of those unforeseen wrecks. So he could be someone we could keep an eye on here as this race goes on. And as Trestonot's going to now fall to the hands of the 3188. As I think his 7-lap older tires are going to finally affect him here as he's going to get into the wall for turn 4. 94 complete, 39 to go. It's Dalton Tucker out front. And I mean, Freeze ran a faster lap that time, a 31.16 to a 31.11. Just the question is, how can you get around this 21 machine? And I think it might be currently sitting in Freeze's head, hey, kind of remember what happened to bring out that first caution. Put that in the back of your mind. If you can remember that, you might see him. As he's going to actually look on the inside here. It's going to be side by side with the 21. And it looks like he might have... No, he will not clear him. The 21's going to get the run. Looks like a car might have gotten loose. That's a 92 machine of Carbonneau. He's driving through the grass. A very, very smart move by him. Do not just go back on the racetrack, especially when the whole entire pack is coming through. If I had to guess, my thing says he has a black flag, which he does. To be down there, might have gotten loose off the corner exit and went for a ride. The black flag, if I had to guess, would be for an unsafe pit exit. As here comes a 31 in the 88. I think these guys were just saving their tires. And now these two are going to start charging towards the front. Yeah, compared to lap times, a 31.27, a 31.18 compared to a 31.58 and a 31.75. And I think Tucker might have really burnt his stuff up there. So yeah, 50 to a 42, 37 to a 46. Very, very interesting. Carbonneau made it to pit road, by the way. He has served his black flag. Russi, he's the only other car that is laps down. It was Millet gets loose there off of 4. As here comes Freeze to the inside. He's going to try and see if he can get around Tucker, who looked like he's going to have a push from his teammate there going into 1. 35 to go. I say the very early end of the pit window is open. You can see the 15 machine is on pit road. He's currently on pit road. Unfortunately, he had the older tires, so he was going to have to pit soon anyways. The question now becomes, when do some of these top guys come down pit road? Tucker, he's going to start dropping like a rock in a 2-foot creek here, as both his teammates were able to get around him. 32-16 his last lap. But when does Freeze come down pit road? When does Millet, Wiles, West, Klusterhuis, Muniz, when do these guys determine it is time to come in and make that final pit stop the race? Track went up a degree here. As here goes Millet to the inside of Freeze. Almost ran a whole 1/10 of a second faster than Freeze that last lap. And as Carbonneau is going to come out into the racetrack in front of the race leaders. So there will be some lap traffic to deal with. As Freeze is able to get to the bottom lane here. Don't look now, Kevin West is running the top. And as Freeze is going to get loose, drive it through the grass. Does he save it? He saved it! I wonder That's just because he pushed that right rear too much? Or what? It looked like he was also wrecking there down the back straight. Alright, we're going to pause it right here, and we're going to take a look from the blimp. This is very, very interesting. Oh yeah, he lost it at his stop. I didn't know if he might have gotten a little bit of a push there from 31, but it just looked like he lost it by himself. Was able to corral the car, and if I was him, I would think about hitting to get a fresh set of Goodyears on it. 87.33 on pit road. And they will go a lap down. As, yeah, like I said, here comes the 23 down pit road. I mean, he did lose a decent chunk of time there. But if I wonder if Millet and Wiles will think of picking any sooner than they should, because Freeze, I feel like his kind of their true main competition right now of winning this race. I mean, we've seen him; he's been decently faster than most of the other guys, been able to actually contend with these guys. Some other cars coming down pit road. Depot and Shiflett come down pit road. All with 29 laps to go. And I wonder if, yep, we'll see Millet and West come down this time. Ooh, West almost overdrove pit entry. Brandon Klusser's also on pit road. That leaves Wiles still out on the racetrack. Muniz is now in second. Such a big advantage here. A lot of guys coming down pit road. 18's down, 91's down, 19's down. And just taking a quick look at like pit stop times here. The guys who already pit 14.8 for Freeze. Tucker, he pitted a 14.3. And that's 3 laps sooner. Reese came down a 14.3, so they're taking 4 tires. Millet spent 14.2 here on his pit stop. There goes Reese. So Reese gonna have a decent advantage, and there goes Tucker. So right now, when things cycle out, Caleb Reese in the 67 should be your race leader. And I mean, it's by 2.3 seconds. Matt Quick and Brian Wortman are still the only 2 cars on the racetrack that have not made their last pit stop of the race. And I mean, Freeze, yeah, he lost a lot of time there going for that ride down the infield. And Wiles looks like he lost a lot of time there by staying out a lap. He's going to get passed by Hash. So this is going to shake things up. Again, the gap is 2.3 seconds right now from the presumptive race leader when things cycle out, the 67 machine. He's running 30.623, so Tucker's 30.612. Again, the gap is 2.3 seconds, and you got 25 laps to go. Also, the difference on pit stops, 2 laps. So Quick and Wortman are still out on the racetrack. When do they make their final stops of the race? And they're almost a full second slower, each of them here. Actually, 1.2 seconds slower than guys who have come down pit road. Millet is slowly currently being reeled in by the 23 machine. But I don't think Millet's currently worried about that because he saw what happened when the 23 did push it earlier. By the way, the gap has shrunk between the 2 guys who will be first and second when things do cycle out. It was a 30.64 to a 30.81. And Tucker's really reeling in Rees. I don't think he's going to be able to keep that here for 22 more laps. Sorry, 23 more laps, because still Matt Quick is still out there. And Brian Wortman. They're giving up a second and a half a lap. And I mean Rees is really giving up time here too. He's gonna get into the wall. I mean it wasn't a bad call for him. Get that undercut and pull any sort of advantage you have. But again, in a track like this, in a race like this, where that right rear tire is getting you so much, it might be a good thing to do what Wiles did and take the over. Still no pit stop for Quick or Wortman. Actually, Wortman might have came down pit road. No, he didn't. He's still on the racetrack. There's Brian. They've ran 37:38 laps on this fuel run. Yeah, Rees is really, I think, struggling right now. Really taking a look at it here, he is really struggling. He's lost so much time over the last couple of laps. It's going to put Tucker in position as here comes the 74 down pit road for his last stop. 19 laps remaining. And it's going to put the battle for the race lead when things cycle out to about 0.7 of a second, as Tucker ran 0.3 of a second faster that last lap. Quick is still staying out. I mean, he made that pit stop underneath our last caution 39 laps ago. Took 4.5 seconds in his pit box, probably took fuel. So he probably is playing this long game because he does have the fuel in it. As Tucker's still reeling in that 67 machine. Still 0.3 of a second quicker. 89 stays on a racetrack. Still one more time here. 17 to go. As Tucker's going to be all over the back bumper. Rees for second. Really got loose there off corner exit. I think the pass for the lead might come this time in 1 and 2. I think Rees might know it. And here comes Dalton Tucker. He inside. Rees really doesn't have much for it. Look for fourth right now on the racetrack. Millet and Freeze. I don't know if Freeze really learned anything from that last run here. Still looks like he's running pretty hard to be all over the back bumper of the 31 machine. By the way, Matt Quick is still on the racetrack and he's actually going to come down pit road this time. He'll give the race lead over to the 21 machine. So not only has Tucker taken over what now is going to become the race lead here from Rees, Millet and Freeze have caught these two. Again, the difference in pit stops here. So Rees has been on the racetrack for 20 laps. This stint has been 20 for him. Tucker's been on the racetrack. His stint has been 18. Freeze has been on the racetrack for 15. And Millet's the best out of all four of them right now with 13. And I mean, Freeze is really fighting that car. You can see him all over the place there. And almost got ran over there by the 01 machine. So that's going to put America Racing 1, 2, 3 again. They might potentially have an opportunity for 1, 2, 3, 4. Because Wiles is coming. He stayed out the longest out of them 4. As Freeze is running the door here on the 01 machine. Oh, he really got loose. Oh, this could... Nope. I think we're going to stay green. I think. Oh, he's going to plow up the track. Here comes Kloosterhoos. Yeah, that's going to give America Racing 1, 2, 3, 4. As Millet's going to go by Tucker, so is West. 12 to go. That would have been probably our only opportunity for a caution there. As Tucker's really going to start falling off here. He ran a 31.9 his last time. I mean, he kind of had no choice. He burnt his stuff up there on that last run before that pit stop. Now here's a question. We haven't really heard much of Kevin West tonight. He's been slowly making his way through the field. I don't know if I click on it, this will still show where he started. I don't think that's gonna... He started 18th tonight and has worked his way up to 2nd. I don't know if it was just a poor qualifying effort for him or what. But he's right now over the back bump of the 31 machine here for the race lead with 10 to go. And don't count out Wiles. Wiles has the freshest tires out of these 3. We heard Millet in both his stage winning interviews here that the 88 has been the best of saving tires. So we shall see here if that's the case. So I think he's going to look on the inside of West. This is a battle for 2nd on your screen. Yeah, and that difference is a lap, but that, again, Millet said it all night long. The 88 saved his tires better. I mean, we saw it at the stage finish there of stage 2. I mean, the 88 came through and damn near won stage 2. Eight to go. West is trying to take a look here on the inside of Millet. Doesn't have much there as Millet was able to use the top lane there to keep the race lead. Not really missing much here besides Rees losing 5th to Kloosterhoos. And I think that decision to pit extra early there is really going to... I mean, it's going to be a good gain for him, but it's going to really affect him in the long run here. I mean, Roy Grande is 3.7 seconds back, and there's a chance the way he's running a 32.1 compared to a 31.5, that he might lose 6th position for even further back. As Wiles now goes to the top side here and see if he can use any sort of momentum here. He will get round the 01 for sure. Now sets his eyes onto the 88 with 6 to go. And he's going to get there through 1 and 2. 31's going to try to block him. Not really going to work well. He's going to go look on the inside now with the 88. It's going to give all opportunity for Millet here on the top side. As West is looking to the very top side here to see if he can get a run. Gets really loose there. But he's going to have a great run to get to the back bumper of the 88. 5 laps to go as things are starting to pick up here out front. Look like Wiles hit the bump on the top side here. And it's going to get a shove from the 01 down the back straightaway. It's going to run in the tire lines of the 31 here. Try to pull a maneuver here to see if he can run from top to bottom to get around him. 4 laps to go. Okay, he's making a very, very bold choice here running that apron. I mean, we're talking about 23 lappable tires. That's a very, very interesting move. As Wild's going to go up and block West. Trying to set this up again. West is running the extreme top line, and he's getting amazing runs from it. Wild's again to the inside here of Millet. Coming to 3 to go, and it's going to be a decent run this time into the corner. Wild's on the inside, Millet on the outside, and if I had to guess, yep, West is running the top. They're going to be side by side going down the back straightaway. Tristan Ott's the next car they're going to come to catch here, coming to 2 to go. Just like in the Indy 500 and the Coke 600, lap traffic could become a factor in this. But Wiles is going to have to run the bomb. Millet does get into the wall here. Almost make contact here down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go. Okay, Wiles is on the inside. Damn near equal through the back straightaway. I think Wiles needs to take a look at the top. He will. Try to build himself up a run to get around him. Oh, he is so loose up there. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. And that white flag sponsored by nobody. Millet was able to pull away about 0.3 of a second. I don't think Wiles is going to have enough. Snaking down the back straightaway is a 31 machine. And into 3. I don't think he'll have enough. And coming off of turn number 4, he played the cards just right, made the right gamble. Zach Millet's going to win at Las Vegas. Followed by Wiles, West, Tucker, America Racing top 4. Brandon Klusterhoos, Caleb Rees, Eric Japeau, Ryan Muniz, Roy Grande, Jeff Pete, and Rick Rittenauer is your finishing order. Yep, it was America Racing 1, 2, 3, 4. As why did that bring me that? I want to go to the drone cam. Ow. And we'll watch Millet burn it down for a split second. How does this look from the rear chase, actually? I think right there, yeah, it's a good shot. We'll keep that shot. And we'll pull up into the booth for the 3rd time tonight. The driver to number 31 machine is Zach Millet, and talk about, on my paper here, his 4th win of the season.
Hell yeah, man. Hell of a race.
Were you worried that Wiles was actually going to get a run there any time there in the last 5 laps to get around you? Or did you think you had enough of the aero block in you to maintain this win?
He was just so much better in the middle of 1 and exiting off 2 all night long. That's where he was getting his run. And every time he went to the bottom in 3 and 4 and I tried to block it, I couldn't hold it as well as he could. And man, I'm lucky as hell to get that victory. That was some tense race. And I was telling the guys, man, I'm very tense right now. I felt like I was going to make a mistake there. I'm glad I didn't.
You did not make a mistake all night long. I mean, had an excellent pit stop. You're 0.2 of a second faster than him on his pit stop. I mean, we're able to defend him all night long throughout the stages, except was very damn close there in stage 2. I mean, pretty good, a solid race from you all night long.
Yeah, I felt like it was a good night. I mean, even sweeping the stages, I didn't feel like I was the fastest car at the end of either one of those stages. I'm certainly not the fastest car at the end of that race. I was just trying to catch Dalton and keep some kind of life in that right rear. That was just the name of the game all night long. And man, I don't know what it's at, but it's probably pretty low. It's probably pretty hot. It's probably 260 degrees.
Well, I'm willing to bet that it might be at like 20% after this burnout.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Well, you got your 4th race win of the season. You might be guaranteed regular season champion at this point, unless you somehow miss the next 3 races, which I highly doubt. Just unbelievable regular season you've had so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty solid. Feels good to get another win, and I mean, I think we said it at Daytona. Once we got that first win, it's just kind of throw all caution to the wind and go out there and send it every week and just have fun with it. And man, it's just another example. We were looking forward to getting back into our Tuesday night racing, and yeah, Vegas, what a place to come back to.
Quick question: did you run the NE 600s this past weekend?
I did. Yeah, I was in one of them. I think we were in second split, and it was me and Danny actually were in it together, and it was the most stressful race, man, because like we were saving tire the whole run, every single run, and right about where it starts paying, the dividend, there's caution every time. So I was lucky and got a P2. I couldn't squeak out a win, but the P2 felt like a win after 600 miles, and definitely didn't want to do another one.
I felt the same way after mine, so don't blame you. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Before we do, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to? I know you have a sponsor on that hood, and quick thank you for.
Yeah, big thanks to you, Alex, for the broadcast as always. Shout out to Iron Thunder Racing League. Shout out to America Racing, man. Another great finish by everybody. Geez, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's pretty insane. Shout out to sorry, getting my board together here. Team Conti Sim Performance. As always, EMR Paintball, Bowie Esports, all the viewers in your stream and all the viewers I had over in my Twitch tonight. It was a good stream, and I'm glad we can get another win on stream here.
Now I have a question for you. You were racing something the other night because I was watching another Twitch streamer, Bomb Split. He rated you. How did that race end for you?
Oh yeah, he rated me at the end there. I was trying to get a hold of him afterwards, and I couldn't reach him. I'm going to try again tonight, man. He's awesome. He's the man. Yeah. It was really cool. I think he rated me with like 74 people. So as soon as I saw that, I looked up and I tried really hard to be interesting, but I'm just not. So, it was still cool to see that many people in there, and I ended up winning that race. So that was it was pretty cool.
Hell yeah! Well, congratulations on getting your 4th win of the season. We'll see you next week at Dover.
Heck yeah, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I have a feeling we're gonna have a shit show next week.
I hope not.
I hope not either. Well, we'll see you then.
All right, man. Take care.
As that was race winner, Zach Millett. Next into the booth will be the 88 machine of Daniel Wiles. We'll pull him up in here. We'll have a word with him. We'll talk to him. Hello.
What's going on, Alex?
I feel like I haven't spoke to you in a little bit.
No, I don't finish in the top 3 very often, so we're back though.
You are back. I mean, you gave him one hell of a shot tonight. I mean, he was talking about how you were able to save that right rear better than him. Even there on that last run coming to the end there, you talking about how it seemed like you were able to get through 1 and 2 better than him. Just unfortunately, one little mishap there, going to the top side in 3 and 4, 2 to go, just kind of put the nail in the coffin on it.
Yeah, I thought it would have stuck, but it obviously didn't. I got up there and it was just ice, so I probably should have just stayed where I was at, but I was never going to pass him on the bottom. I had to get to his right rear, and I just couldn't do it in 1 and 2, so yeah, it sucks, man. We were right there. God.
You're also right there. Do you want to kind of protest the results of stage 2? Because it was that close.
Well, it's weird though, because I need to go back and look at the completed lap. I was in the lead when the caution came out,
right?
But I know coming across the start finish line, I was trying to watch your replay. Was I in the lead or was I not in the lead?
It it was, I think it might have been Millet by just a hair. I've been given confirmation on it, but when I saw it come across the line, it was too close to call there, and I went back and saw it, and it was just a hair.
Yeah, it was pretty. I was looking out the right side of my car, and it was pretty close. So I'm not going to fight it. If it wasn't a teammate, I would fight it a little bit more, but it's all good.
Well, you come home with a solid second place finish. You earned yourself, well, I'm doing quick math here, second and a third, 17 stage points. I unfortunately, Millet just continues to grow his points lead, but you have the opportunity to at least get that second place regular season points bonus for the playoffs.
Yeah, we're trying. It was nice to make Millet sweat a little bit tonight. Let him earn this one. So, man, I wish I could have got him though. God, man.
You gave him the fight all night long. You think you can give him the fight next week at Dover? How do you feel about Dover?
I like Dover. I'll put in some test laps this week and kind of get a good feel for it. I hope it drives like this. Man, the hot temperature with these cars was made amazing racing. I can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast. But being able to have to save your tires, which I really thought those guys would have learned the first two runs when they kept passing us, and we would just let them burn up their stuff, and then you kind of just march right by them. I'm really shocked that they kept doing it. So, yeah, the plan worked out to a T.
I did. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Before we do, does anyone like to give a shout out to, a quick thank you for?
Oh yeah, you in the booth, the broadcasts are always great. All the teammates at America Racing, good group of guys. I know it's been kind of a little up and down this season with everybody here, but we're really just here to run good, and yeah, it's good racing. Team Conti, they're great. Check out their setups, and yeah, that's all the admins in the league. That's about it.
Real quick, Millet said he finished second in your guys' 600. Where did you finish?
I got wrecked out of
no!
right a little after halfway. Guy got loose out of 4, overcorrected it, and came straight up into me and lost it. I was going to run it again on Sunday, but I heard they had 17 cautions, so I'm glad I didn't.
Damn, that's a lot of cautions, man.
Yeah. That's what we were worried. That's what we were worried about with tonight. We were worried that we would save tire, and then right when tires would come into effect, a caution would come out. And luckily it didn't, but that's what happened to us in the 600.
Well, that sucks to hear, man. But congratulations on getting your P2 finish tonight. That probably more than likely guaranteed you a playoff spot just on points.
I'm hoping. I still want to get that win though.
Yeah, wins.
I need to get that win.
Yeah, get those points that travel with you throughout the playoffs. That's hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again on your P2 finish, and look forward to seeing you next week at Dover.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
As that was second place Wiles, and that just leaves our last interview of the night. And unfortunately, he got off the track before we can get a picture of his car. The 01 machine of Kevin West.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. It was a pretty quiet night for you tonight. Started 18th, worked your way up to 3rd, got yourself some stage points along the way.
Yeah, I just really focus on driving up to the top 10 and scoring stage points tonight, and just earn as many points as I could. Screwed it up again in qualifying, so I'm going to have to work on that. But pretty glad I was able to get up front and put on a little bit of show there at the end for all the fans.
It looked like you were really getting that top side work there. You just, I mean, if you were in second place, I think it would have been a little bit easier. Just having to get around 2 of them made it a little bit difficult there using that top side.
Yeah, I really wanted to get some clean air on the nose. Being behind both of them was a little bit hairy, so I just kind of went where they weren't and just went for it. But man, what a great race! 1, 2, 3, 4 for America Racing again. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable there. Now Dover. We go to Dover next week. What's your thoughts on Dover?
And I don't know. It kind of depends on what the setup feels like. It's kind of hit or miss for me, but it's a good track. It's a fun track. Should have a good show next week.
Either gonna be a good show or a shit show. We'll find out.
It'll be a show.
It will be a show. That is very much true. Now I asked the other two teammates there if they ran the Coke 600 this last weekend at iRacing. Did you by chance take place in any of those, or did you say nah?
I wanted to, but I ended up moving all weekend and didn't get my rig set up in time. So I missed out on it, unfortunately. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. That is very much true. Well, congratulations on finishing P3 tonight. Before we wrap this up, is there anyone you'd like to give a quick shout out to, a quick thank you for? I know you probably have a few folks listening still on your TikTok.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream this week. I'm actually racing on a Starlink, so I figured I needed to open up as much bandwidth as possible this week. So, but still, shout out to the mobile homies over on TikTok if they're checking out the stream. I'll send out the link to them. And shout out to you for putting on the broadcast. Shout out to the league admins for putting everything together.
All right. Well, congratulations on your P3 finish tonight. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week at Dover.
All right. We'll see you there.
As that was third place finish tonight, Kevin West. And that's all the interviews we have in store for us tonight. Pretty decent race to come back to after a week off. And especially after the disasters we had at New Hampshire and Martinsville. It's really great to see pretty decently clean race overall. Let's go over your results. Again, it's American Racing 1, 2, 3, 4. Millet Wiles, West Tucker. Brandon Kluster, who's comes home fifth. Pretty decent night for him tonight. Earned himself some decent stage points there. Again, another one of those people I would say is a soft lock right now for a playoff spot. We'll take a look at the points here after this. Caleb Reed's an amazing run for him. Looked like there for a brief second when he had that 2.5 second lead that he could potentially hold on to it, but the tires just could not last here. He'll come home sixth tonight. Eric Drapeau rebounds after his mishaps there in early part of stage 3. Muniz comes home 8th. Roy Grande and Jeff Pete round out your top 10. Go on further here, your list here. Rittenauer, Cherry, Hash, Shiflett, and Quick round out your top 15. Wortman comes home 16th. 17th tonight comes home Zach Kreiser. 18th, Matthew Carabina. And that will be the last car on the lead lap. 19th will be Josh Cully. And Trestonot will finish 20th. 21st tonight, we'll see Brian Rusi. 22nd, Luke Carbonneau. 23rd, Kevin Fries. 24th, Kyle Weberman. 25th, Chris Gale. 26th, Brandon Pamitat. 27th, John Mustaine Jr. And I'm pretty sure 28th will be given to Sawyer Ott tonight. Take a look at your points. Again, this is a very, very important situation. And like I said, Sawyer, Storm's not going to get points. He's 8th. He's locked into the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. The gap is 81 between him and Milton Tucker, Wiles is 89 back. Brandon Kluster, who is in 4th, 128 back. West and Hash will be 6th and 7th. Right now, 8th. Patterson 9th. Drapeau and Quick 10th. Taking a little bit further here towards this playoff cut line. Again, it's very, very important here. The gap is 12. I don't know how. Like I say every single week, this is unofficial points results. I mean, I think the only other time I was able to get the stage results and it was pretty accurate. So the gap is 12 right now between Rees and Trestonot. That's what we're currently looking at for this playoff position. Taking a look here in terms of guys who should be safe. 177 is back to 17th. I mean, Brandon, he does. Wiles doesn't have a win. He has well over 100 points on him. 122 for Kluster, who's almost 114 for Hash. I'm pretty sure the 88, the 25, and the 03 are guaranteed locks right now for the playoffs. As we speak right now, it would take a lot for those guys to miss out on the playoffs, potentially just missing the next 3 races. But as we sit right now, they would be locks into the playoffs, in my opinion. And it just really comes down to even taking a look here. Rittenauer could be in a decent position to be locked. He's almost, again, I'm taking a look here. He's almost 100 points to the good here. And he's 168 back compared to 250. So he's about 90 points to the good. Drapeau, I think Drapeau's where it starts to get interesting. So we're talking about 1 race points difference compared to Wiles and Clusers and Hash, where they have at least 2 race points difference. It's where it gets interesting. And even when we start taking a look back here, I mean, yes, Shiflet's in a decent spot, 21 points back, but if we go to our third screen here, I mean, we're starting talking about must-wins for Kreiser and Russi and Carabina and Grande. And I mean, Friese's only opportunity to make it, I think, is 2 points in. He can't, because he hasn't ran enough races, has to point his way in. Unfortunately, he is in an even deeper hole than he was before this race. And then to the third page we go, and that's where you see Mustaine Weatherman. So, but yeah, it's gonna get very interesting as we get through here, especially with the tracks we have coming up. They're not easy tracks. Like I was saying, we might see a repeat of New Hampshire and Martinsville next week at Dover. We got the Chicago Street Course, and that one could be very, very interesting depending on when the season 3 build drops. That season build drops on race day. That can get very interesting, especially with this new tire model and the aerodynamic updates we're going to get to this car. That's going to be an interesting race to see here. And then how it plays into effect when we go to Darlington at the regular season finale. So it's some interesting tracks and some tough tracks coming up for these guys here over the next 3 weeks to try to get into the playoffs. Well, that will do it for me. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back live same time next week, 7:55 in the Central Time Zone, 8:55 on the Eastern Seaboard from Dover. And yeah,